Hello and welcome to the Transits Fridays, which is Saturday today. I'm actually still recording on Friday, but I'm a little late today. Um, I'm on day one of my cycle, so it just really slowed me down a little bit more than um, I expected to. So I decided to follow that rhythm, follow that sense of inner knowing. But I'm here. I'm here to talk about this coming full moon. So we have a full moon in Cancer happening in just a couple of days. Yeah, just in a couple of days. Let me share my screen and so we can look at the full screen, entire screen. There we go. So here we are. This is Friday the 10th, which I believe was yesterday. It's still today now, but by the time that you see this video is already yesterday. So let's move on to Saturday. And here we are. So moon is still in Gemini, 11th of January. This is my dad's birthday, in fact. And we have some very chilled out plans, and I bought a cake for him as well. So there's some nice quality time together, I hope. Um, okay, so for today, I think there's not much really I want to say. I think what's really under the spotlight here for the week, for these days, is the sort of coming towards the full moon and the full moon itself as well. So first full moon of 2025, the 12th on Sunday, the moon is already in Cancer, but not quite the full moon yet. So it's really growing and getting to that point. And here we have the 13th of January. Obviously, depending where you are in the world and your time zone, this may vary slightly. This is set for São Paulo in Brazil. But full moon will be happening at 23 degrees Cancer. So the sun at 23 degrees Capricorn and the moon at 23 Cancer. Now, that's an interesting chart. That for me screams of healing and evolution somehow, evolvement, moving ahead somehow internally. I think one of the key things for Cancer and the water signs in general is a focus in our inner life, is a focus in our emotional selves, in our emotional reality. And obviously, Mars is still retrograde and still going to be until mid-February. But so that's not really telling us go ahead, take action, make it happen. That energy is still very much internalized as well. So we're talking about a strong emotional release that can be happening with this full moon, but with Mars turning that energy inwards as well, turning that focus a little bit more inwards. Mars, which is usually go get it, go out, make it happen, take action, etc. This is really not about that right now. And the fact that the moon is not too far from Mars really puts that Mars under the spotlight. And for me, that Mars is really telling us to turn inwards and self nurture. Really focus on taking actions that will be nurturing ourselves. Whatever challenging emotional content that we might come across, that we might experience during this full moon, is an opportunity to give ourselves back, in terms of looking after ourselves, making sure that we're fine, making sure that we feel safe as well. I think there is something about that this full moon can be a great opportunity for, in particular with that Mars under the spotlight. So if you get triggered by arguments with a family or family members or, people that you want to protect, Mars in Cancer is very protective of the ones they love. I see that very much in my partner. He's always, when there's a car coming or someone in the street, and he just holds me, puts his arm around me, and I really see that as a manifestation of his Mars in Cancer. But I do feel that the invitation here with the retrograde motion is to go inwards with it, is to really tend to yourself. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling angry, if people are provoking you as well, if there's some power struggles that are still lingering on in the atmosphere here, it's really important to take care of yourself rather than, you know, going for it and um going with the trigger as well. Again, focus on the glimmers, right? Look at the things that bring you comfort. Look at the things, not only look, but practice the things that give you a sense of stability, of emotional nurturance, that feeds your soul, that helps to balance your nervous system. We want to balance our nervous system during this full moon. It is an important emotional release, and we want to be in the best place that we can be to show up for that process, to take part in that healing process, that evolutionary process as well. So, major aspects with this full moon is an almost exact sextile to Uranus, the planet of awakening, the planet of wake-up calls, is the planet that's connected to the full cardinal tarot. So there's something about surprises and the unexpected that could be part of the picture. But mostly, I think Uranus really asks from us to focus on our individuality a bit more, to look into our individuality, what we want, what we need as individuals, or to really grow in that direction, you know, and I think it's a planet associated with independence as well. So there's, excuse me, there's something of that flavor in this full moon, in this aspect with Uranus. Mm. And another healing, very powerful healing flavor here is the exact trine between Neptune and Mars. So really forgiveness from the power struggles, the anger, you know, think about that Mars Pluto that's been in opposition for so long. And now we're sort of experiencing Mars back in Cancer and Mars trining that Neptune as well. So forgiving and compassion is also there in the picture. Obviously, the lunar nodes shifting, and this has happened this weekend as well. This is going to be happening on the 12th. Gosh, I need to do a video. I'm going to do a specific video just about the nodes as well. Because like I did the one for Aries and Libra, because it's enough for like a video in itself as well. So I'll talk about the lunar nodes. I'll talk about the transits of 2025 in separate videos. Um, Now, yes, for us, you know, highly sensitives and empaths, this is going to be a very strong emotional time here. And we could do artwork, we could tap into the inspiration that this full moon can be bringing, and just avoid to be involved in other people's dramas. I would really suggest, you know, do not try to save anyone, do not try to take responsibility for things that are not for you to take responsibility for, you know. I think that's kind of my advice here. Just really take a ride with this energy, to do some inner work, to be with yourself, to take part, you know, in that self-nurturance process. Um, to become very serious about your values as well with this Saturn Venus conjunction as well. And our spiritual values, you know, we've got 4 points in Pisces here, Moon and Mars in Cancer. There's a lot of water in the sky. And it could be really beautiful. I have to say, it could be really beautiful if we take a ride with this energy in a peaceful setting, in a, you know, protected and healthy, emotionally healthy environment. All right. Um, Two more aspects that I want to mention is not too far from Pluto. So again, the reinforcement of this full moon being potentially evolutionary in quality and allowing us to reintegrate, to also purge and, you know, let go of some of the emotions that come up that we're ready to let go of. or the patterns or the tendencies, be the strong emotion um, that's driving the need to save someone else, for example, maybe we can let go of that. But Pluto being involved is definitely talking about this energy being evolutionary in quality, and Chiron is also in square to the sun and the moon. So I think there is a potential for healing individual wounds through whatever it is that comes up to us during this full moon. So that's an important full moon. That's, you know, it's the first full moon of 25 in its own sign is really powerful with Mars still going retrograde in trine to Neptune. I I do say that's a really powerful one. And if you can take some time to honor these energies, to be with these energies, do so. Now, for the rest of the week, really, I think, just gonna have this quick sort of overview. Here we are on Thursday, the 16th of January. And here we are on Friday the 17th when I'm going to be bringing another video. I'm hoping to bring more videos before that. Um, but Friday next week is when we have the exact conjunction between Saturn and Venus. We could definitely do spells, intentions, rituals to manifest more self-worth, to really embrace our connection to the feminine as well, to make something concrete out of it, to really take that seriously. And I do think that's a wonderful potential for self-forgiveness and to really establishing um establishing a stronger relationship with the feminine as well with that Saturn Venus conjunction. But anyhow, we'll talk about that next week. So I am gonna stop sharing my screen, and like I said before, this is day one for me, so I'm really, really low in energy right now. So this week I still had to do a lot of resting, a lot of downtime. But next week and the following week, I think I'm gonna be getting my energy back, and I really want to do some more videos. I read some of your comments. Thank you for commenting in the previous video. A lot of the suggestions I'm definitely going to be taking into consideration and going to be doing videos about the houses some of you were asking, and videos about my personal journey as well with astrology, tarot, and sensitivity. So maybe create a playlist of those videos as well. I want to be more active in here. So I will, as a new year, as a new me. So I will be doing that. But for now, I'm wishing you a wonderful full moon and a beautiful time with this watery energy. And I hope that you can practice a lot of self-care and self-nurturance. And I'll be seeing you next week. So lots of love, and I'll see you soon.